Guys, what it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Life Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all face to black. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, just chilling here. I got my little sun chip minis. I have never seen them like this before, girl. See, they're small little sun chips. They're bite size. So it's like that same great sun chip taste, but smaller in a little Pringle can. Anyways, coming through at exactly 11 o'clock p.m. Girl, I got off of work today. Today, they got them hands swole. This finger here, that's my ring finger. That thing is sore. So what they had me doing was rolling meat up. Basically, I had to put the meat on the scale, measure it out because you have to be specific on how much meat is put on each sandwich. Bag it up and then roll the bag. So I guess rolling them bags down or something just got that all the way going to bed. This knuckle still hurts from a couple weeks ago when they had me in the kitchen cutting with the knife, cutting the sandwiches in half. So right now, this one and that one sores. I don't know what. The joints are very much aching. So I'm probably going to have to either find some. It's several different things I might try. Muscle rub cream to rub into the joints, or sometimes I'll go get some ice and put it inside a little sandwich bag and just hold it until the ice melts. Like ice my hand as much as possible, like as long as possible. And then after I ice it, I run it under hot water under the sink. So we might try that. Other than the pain I'm in, today was a decent day at work. It went by pretty fast because all I did was roll meat all day, and then listen to music. I worked with this older gentleman, and his phone brought back some memories from the past. But it really, the thought that flew in my mind was with them road trips that I would take with my mother and father and the whole family when we would go from Florida to Chicago. Girl, that's a long ride. That is a long ride. And you know what? Most time, what you was gonna hear on that ride was Al Green over and over and over. That was my mama favorite. Other than gospel, it was Al Green and my dad. But a lot of those songs remind me of the songs that I love because they used to love. So I got off a little bit early. I got to go take my walk. Took a few more sunset photographs. Y'all can always check my sunset photography. That is my relaxation thing that I do, my recentering thing that I do. You can check those out on my community tab. That's where I put my little sometimes artwork, but most time just my photographs, and sometimes just photos of the family and stuff. But then after I took my little walk, I was able to make it to the library to upload because I did a little short video about how the heck did we get so busy. Do y'all remember sorry. Y'all know prison wives love to watch a good prison movie. And I don't know if you're like me, obsessed with prison movies. I would always be watching something. Like people think my only genre of movie is prison related, and that's not true. I do love a good prison movie, but I also love movies where a person has a goal. Like most times they're the underdog or they're the ones that's counted out and they actually meet their goal. Like, some of those what was those movies with the little dance teams and like Honey, Honey was counted out and this and that. Stuff like that. I always love an underdog story where they make it in the end. But I love prison movies as well. And the reason I think prison wise, if you're anything like me, you love a good prison movie because In the movie, it kind of is something you can relate to because a lot of times as prison wives, nobody understands us. And if you like me, girl, you tired of trying to explain yourself. You to the point where people don't get you, then miss me with it. I mean, I, I understand it ain't for everybody. But most times in a prison movie, it basically shows all sides, not just the front face stereotypical side of things. It shows you those feelings you feel or the feelings your loved one feels, right? So we love to feel understood. And when you feel understood, it makes you not feel so freaking darn crazy, right? Um, so one of my favorite prison movies was not Hurricane. That was one of my, I'm saying the wrong thing. It was Shawshank Redemption. Now I don't remember the old man's name, but basically it was an older man. He was the guy basically on campus when he was in prison. But when he got out, like he was scared to get out. He even tried to hold a weapon to somebody, but they was like, "Put that down. You know you ain't finna do nothing." Like he was trying to catch more charges so that he could just stay in prison because now at that point he's institutionalized, right? And there is a breaking point between being a regular citizen in society, which we kind of conditioned a certain way too, and then those that are conditioned to live on the inside that become institutionalized. But this guy had became institutionalized, right? And when he got out, he just couldn't believe it was so much happening. It was too many things. It had been decades had passed, and it was like a hustle and bustle, and many things were happening at once. And that's, I guess, that's not what he was used to. So the phrase that I love, he says, the world then gone and got itself busy. I love that statement because it is so true. We done got busy, like busy almost for no goddamn reason. Like, where is the time? Where is the time? Anyways, so I am working on retwisting my locks. So I got the front portion. So my clips are in there. That's what they for. And then I gotta do the back like tomorrow or the next day or whatever. But I am getting ready because Marcello is graduating and I am going to his graduation. So I'm probably gonna have to go find me something to wear. Cause your girl ain't got no clothes like that. And every time I try to find something I think I'm looking cute. Oh no. We're not gonna go there right now. We're gonna be positive. Well, at least for the moment, girl. Anyways, at work, I had a lot of quiet time. I was thinking like what topics I want to touch on or whatever, and I came up with something really good. Okay, so it might be more than one part. I'm just gonna talk until my time runs out on this phone, my storage. So I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I just want to talk on this topic for a minute. Before we get started, 11:11. It's 11:11 p.m. Y'all know one of the Project Reach the Worlds I did for YouTuber Jordan the Chosen One. Well, Jordan the Chosen One always says 11:11 stands for new beginnings, right? So we're starting here, and that's my little thing. When I catch that 11:11, it puts the thought in my head of new beginnings, right? So yes, we're wishing for a new beginning, a beginning where Marcello is free, where he's no longer bound, he's no longer incarcerated, he's no longer being held for a crime that he did not commit. He's done enough time for committing the crime, and he's done enough time, way more than enough time for not committing the crime, right? So either way, free Marcello, hashtag free Marcello. But as a prison wife, a lot of times you just look to that day that he gets out. and just be like, oh, everything would be so good when he comes home. I could do this. We can go out. We could hold hands. We could, oh, girl, all the things we could do. You think about all of that. You think about, oh, I no longer, like when my back hurt and somebody can massage my back, girl. These little hands, the way they sore like that, Marcello would have done massaged them 2 fingers or whatever. Like he would give me massages. Like I wouldn't be in so much pain. I wouldn't be struggling so much because I had my baby there with me. You know what I mean? Or I wouldn't be stressed out all the time because of my boo. You know what I'm saying? So you just always look to that day, but not knowing that that day may not be, as perfect as you have imagined in your mind. And I don't know. I can't really talk on him coming home. 'Cause the most that I've, when he came home from jail, when they put him in jail and prior to going to court, he got out on his bond. So that's the only time that I've seen Marcello come home through gates or whatever. So I've never experienced that. But I'm imagining that you're expecting perfect, like the perfect, picture perfect fairy tale ending. Right, I'm gonna insert a little rap. I'm sorry, excuse me, y'all. It's been some time, sister, just in a month to row. Hey, up the creek without a paddle. But I stayed on my grind, steady hustling, trying to get my baby back home. I tried my hand at the rap game. I thought that was a way to come up. But the industry can give a crap, man. Ain't about money, sex, or Seems everybody doing good hunky-dory. Everybody but me. They got their fairy tale ending ass stories, but my prince is still not free. But I'ma stay on my grind, I'ma hustle on. Keep a hoping, wishing, praying that he'll be coming home. Dreaming that I'm in his arms and waking up alone. Man, I feel like giving up, but I'll keep holding on. Cause if he get out tomorrow, it wouldn't matter how long he been gone. Yeah, cause if he got out tomorrow, it wouldn't matter how long he been gone. Cause that means my praying was not in vain. I had to wait, but with patience came triumph. Cause if he get out tomorrow, it wouldn't matter how long it been gone. Yeah, she girl Cadillac. They got those fairy tale ending ass stories. But my prince is still not free. But girl, my prince is free. You're expecting it to be that fairy tale. But that's what I wanted to be honest, I'm not expecting a fairy tale. I just want to anticipate getting to that moment so that we can kind of get on to, it's going to be a long road. I already configured to recovery. It's going to be, he has been through a lot of emotional damage, being locked down, um, knowing you're not even supposed to be in prison, having to go with people, um, exercising their authority against you. Um, it's a lot of times they have done many things, putting their hands on you and all types of stuff. So now it's a certain type of PTSD that comes after you are released from prison. So I'm sure he's not just gonna just snap back into society, because the longer you're away from society, the harder it is to adjust to it. Marcello has been gone for over 2 decades. And I said that yesterday, I try to remind him that this is not the world that you left. Like a lot of times when he'll ask me to do something, and literally for me, it feels like he just called, like you calling right back. And no, I have not done it. Like he'll be like, you ain't do this yet. And I'm like, Marcello, my time is running by like somebody to cut a faucet on. I ain't did nothing yet. And I told him yesterday, I was like, I can't wait till you can actually get out here and see how crazy it is and how much you have to do and how many things you have to juggle at once. Like The thing is, Marcello never even got to live adulthood free, really. He was arrested at age in 2001. He was 19 when he was arrested. So he turned 20, I guess, like it was a little bit after, yeah, we would have been 19 and turning 20 in 2001, yeah. So by the time he got out of the jail or whatever on the bond, he was 20 at that time. And then by the time that he ended up getting sent up the road, I was 21, but he had shortly after turned 21. So basically, from 19, the only thing that he knows is being behind bars. Marcello only had maybe a handful of jobs, possibly. He's never held a driver's license. Once he was gone at night, arrested at 19, he had a driver's permit. So basically, he never graduated. He didn't graduate high school on the outside. Years later, inside the prison gates, he did get his GED. And now he's graduating from his construction class. But he doesn't really have a lot of life experience. He doesn't know what it is to pay the rent. He doesn't know what it is to sign buy a car. He's never bought a car. I literally have bought, am I on my third or fourth car? I done bought some clunkers, regular cars, like with actual payments and stuff. So I'm on my third payment car. I done bought some clunkers before, but Marcello has never owned a car. He's never, so it is so much that he has not done. So it's basically like when he's released, it's almost like he's going to be that 19-year-old boy. And now I'm a 41 to 42. Let's God willing, he's released this year. I will be 41, 42, and he will be basically almost like 19. Now, mentally, I'm sure like Marcello reads a lot. He learns a lot. He's has his own spiritual walk. He's grown as much as he can, but it's almost like uh, you know how fish, when they put a fish in a smaller bowl, it can only grow so big. Or maybe a plant, when you have a plant in a smaller flower pot, it can only grow so big. It can't get any bigger than what it's in. So he's been basically contained in a box for decades. So he can only grow so big inside that box. So the true growth is not going to happen until he's released. And I know that's going to be challenging. Yes, I'm up for the challenge, but I can see how that could be frustrated. That could bring about maybe arguments. I'm going to have more patience than I would. I know it's going to take time with him finding a job. If he's not exonerated, he's going to have those felonies on his well, if he did get out this year, he would have had to be exonerated, or else he got his sentence reduced. Um, but if he gets just a sentence reduction, he's still going to have those felonies. So finding jobs, finding a place to stay, like at Rajiva, the ruler said, that was one of the hardest things that she encountered getting out of prison after an 8.5 year sentence, was finding a place to stay. And literally, you cannot be homeless because that's part of her, that would be like violating probation to be homeless. So you have to find a place to stay. But the resources are not necessarily just readily there. So it would basically be like, I call her my big sister, Ro Clausen. She probably has went through many of these things. Her husband, she basically was by his side almost 10 years or so, past 10 years, probably 12 or so. And he had 312 years in prison. They really logically never seen how he could be free, but she was very similar to me. Like she was way beyond me, right? She couldn't give up. She wouldn't give up. Um, but to be honest, the reality was most likely he's not coming home. But he came home. So that means miracles still happen, girl. He came home 312 years, girl. Let me see. How many times do 40 go into 312? 7.8 times. So her husband has 7.8 times longer sentence than Marcello. And he was able to come home. So to be honest, looking through your eyes, your physical eyes, I'm sure there's many times she didn't see it coming. She was like, this is just not going to happen. But you put your game face on as a prison wife. You always believe and wish and hope for the best, but you always deep down, girl, because there's this thing called reality, right? Um, but I'm sure now that he came home, the miracle happened. But it's not just all a bed of roses. It's going to be him having to basically learn and catch up to you when you've been out for 2 decades, learning how to survive, learning this, learning that. And then, not to mention, in the time that Marcello went away, it was a regular, age, which we now could probably call the Stone Age, right? Um, this is completely a digital age. I don't even know if Marcello knows how to type. Like, I guess they got tablets in there, but it's nothing like real stuff that we have out here. So, does he know how to pay a bill online? Like, no, because they don't have that online. You know what I mean? They're not able to access that type of stuff. Is he going to know how to fill out a job application? It's not paper, it's not pencil. Like, how? I don't know. It's going to be a big learning curve. And it's almost like I was watching Lee Hammock, the self-aware narcissist. I love him. I love him. I love him. And basically, they were saying people become narcissists. Now I'm just comparing the situation. People become narcissists because something so traumatic happened in their life at a certain age. And basically, if it's abuse, if it whatever it is, traumatic happened at that age. And a lot of times, that's where you emotionally stop getting older. You stop growing, you stop developing. Now your body gets older, mentally you can learn knowledge, you can grow with all other aspects, but emotionally and learning how to deal with situations, you don't grow. You stay in arrested development. And I kind of thought about that. Like, it's basically like prisoners that actually, ex offenders or incarcerated citizens that have a long time, that do a lot of time, it emotionally damages them and basically puts them in that arrested development. Whatever age they were out on the street, it's like basically mentally, they're about that same age emotionally, though they could be 40 and 50 and 60. So, how do you grow or help? You can't grow. Like, what's her name said? You can't raise a man. Of course, you can't raise no man, but he's gonna have to learn all those things, and you gotta be patient with him. I'm saying you, but me, because we're speaking like Marcello. I used to give it like advice, giving it to the next, because most people didn't have as bad of a sentence as Marcello. But I'm gonna speak it as though Marcello is already free. So I'm going to have patience with him, learning a whole lifetime of things, a whole lifetime of things. He's even basically, money is older than he was when he went away. So, I mean, she could have more experience than her father has. Like, how crazy is that? That's crazy. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about knowing that it's going to be a struggle. If I have any prison wives, I've been looking for you, girl, but I don't even think no prison wives are even following me like that. But if I do, just if he's the one. Now I ain't gonna tell you to do this for everybody because everybody does not deserve it at all. But if he's that one for you and you truly love him like I love Marcello Jackson, yes, I live and breathe and Marcello Jackson, I love him, right? Love him to life. But if he's that one like Marcello is for me, you will be patient with him. I'm not expecting that fairy tale. I'm expecting it's gonna be crazy, but it'll be a lot better than this, right? Anyways, with that said, I guess I'm gonna stay up, clean up a little bit. It's my Thursday, which I love Thursdays because I do not have to wake up early for work tomorrow. I close. So I can stay up to sometimes I stay up to 5, 6 a.m. Yes. Anyways, it's your girl Cadillac.